Proclamation reads, whereas, as the duly appointed mayor of Munchkin City in the county and the land of Oz, I welcome you most regally. Whereas, let it be known that this is a day of independence for all of the Munchkins and their descendants. Whereas, let it be known that it is important to know the work that has gone on behind the scenes to make this happen. The organizers behind this festival, the local businesses, the vendors that have come, the town services, and the army of volunteers. Whereas, let it be known that monkeys will once again fly, there will be horses of a different color, that lions will find courage, that scarecrows will find a brain, that tin men will find a heart, that munchkins will grace our city again, and Dorothy will find her way back to Kansas. Now, therefore, I proclaim this festival to begin!
Now I'd like to turn it on. Now I'd like to go ahead and introduce John Pricky.
I don't usually get that kind of hand unless my mother is out there, and she's in Wisconsin. So I am grateful to all of you. I don't know how many of us have met before. For how many of you is this your first time at a Chesterton Oz Festival? Oh, great. Good. You'll never make it to Sunday. The Munchkins are a wild group. My name is John Pricky, as Michelle was kind enough to introduce me. I started coming here 21 years ago for the 50th anniversary of the movie in 1989. And at that point, I had already been an Oz fan since I was 5 in 1956. Don't get out your abacus, that means I'm 59 now. But Oz had been part of my day-to-day life since I was a little boy. It was never supposed to become a career, but by the grace of Princess Ozma in the Emerald City and God and all kinds of good people, I've been lucky enough to write books and do documentaries and CDs and DVDs about Oz and Judy Garland. And I don't say that to boast, I say that because I'm very grateful and to kind of tell you why it is I'm here in the first place. That's why I get invited, because I've done this kind of work and I've been privileged to work with these people for the better part of 21 years. We will now sing on the Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. Take it. I think a lot of you who are local or who are returning are aware of the fact that this festival was held here for, I believe, 25 of the last 29 years. And then 4 years ago they moved us out to Valparaiso to the expo ground. And it was a lovely indoor setting, but nobody came. And the last year especially, we were washed out by 3 solid days of rain. So last year, when Michelle and Mary and some other very, very entrepreneurial people brought us back here to the center of town, there was great rejoicing. There was great rejoicing. I don't think anybody has ever publicized the fact that the reason that we were asked to leave in the first place is that 26 years into the festival, I was caught in a booth at Flannery's contributing to the delinquency of an overage munchkin named Mary Ellen St. Aubin. You're going to have to come to my hotel room at the Comfort Inn to hear that story. No, it is so wonderful that we were able to come back last year and get the support and the throngs of people in town for the parade, as we hope there will be again tomorrow morning. It was funny because all along the parade route, people were shouting, "Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back." And there was one little red-headed boy, couldn't have been more than 4, was jumping up and down. He was so excited. I don't think he'd ever seen an Oz parade before. And everybody's yelling, "Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back." And in the silence, he figured, I guess it was his turn. And he couldn't remember the whole phrase. And he yelled out, "Welcome home." That is when the 58-year-old author lost it. And is just about to again. So welcome back to a lot of you. Welcome home to the newcomers. And we hope you will have as good a time here as we have always had. It falls to me now to introduce to you some of the special guests, in fact all of the special guests, who are part of the Oz Festival. Many of them are, in fact I think all of them are pretty much standard attendees, so if you've met them before, you'll be glad to have the reunion. If you haven't met them, this is a once-a-year chance and maybe a once-in-a-lifetime chance, who knows. Let's start with the young man who's been coming here for 16 years, first as an Oz fan, like so many of us. And in these 16 years, he has amassed the single greatest collection of Judy Garland's original movie and TV and stage costumes. He travels with his collection all over the country. He displays it very selflessly. He makes himself and the costumes available to all the fans who want to see them and share them. He's finally being given the recognition this year that a lot of us think he's deserved all along. He is not only the preeminent Judy Garland costume collector and authority, he is this year's Chesterton Wizard of Oz Festival Parade Grand Marshal, Michael Stewart.
I didn't know I was that special. It's always great to be back, and I look forward to seeing all of my old friends, and I look forward to meeting some new friends too. So we'll see you around this weekend. Thanks a lot.
You can now all go home to your computers and say you saw Elvis in Chesterton this weekend. We're very lucky this year because we are representatives from the original Frank Baum family with us once again. Frank Baum, as you should know, is the man responsible for all this. He's the man who in 1900 wrote the book, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. It was his imagination that gave us all of these characters that you see here on stage and so many hundreds of others. Without Frank Baum, there would have been no Emerald City, no Yellow Brick Road, no Poppy Field, none of that. So the fact that his family, 2 generations later, comes out to support these events shows just how much esteem they have, in this case, for their great-grandfather. I would like you to meet one of Frank Baum's great-grandsons. He's here from his home in California with his wife, Claire. When they retired from team teaching after 3 decades or more of that kind of work in Southern California, they bought into the family history like nobody's business. And they go around to the festivals now and many other places dressed as Frank Baum and his wife Maud, who was his great good support and inspiration, and tell the family history, the family legends, how Frank Baum came to develop his characters and ideas. They'll be doing that here this weekend, so check your schedule for their appearances. I'm very happy to introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. Robert and Claire Baum. Bob, Claire.
Thank you, John. As he so aptly put, this is my 2nd year here, and it's like coming home. And that is probably the best way I could really sum it up. So if you see us on the street anytime, please come up. I'll be happy to relate any stories that I can, because I do feel like I'm really home. Claire?
What he said. Thank you.